What's up everyone, how are we all doing? Hope everything is well. So last week we went down to Devon to see my friend Faruk. I don't know if you remember from the first video that we did where I don't know if you remember from the first video that we did where he was training me to get to his level, where we were doing a little workout session with him. I was absolutely killed. So we decided to go back this time to see what inspires him, what keeps it going. So I live in Bristol and we had to go all the way down to Devon to meet Faruk. The reason I met Faruk was we used to work at the pub at this place we went and recorded. It was called the Hope and Anchor. After we started working, we started getting on very well as we kind of have similar mentalities on things. And plus he had a very cool skateboard and I kind of wanted to learn how to skateboard as well. And he wanted to know how to surf and I could surf. So we kind of like started talking like that and then, well yeah, we just grew from there. Faruk was in the pub, I left first, and then Faruk wasn't very happy there either, so he decided to move to find somewhere better where he was happy, which he ended up working in this amazing like golf resort slash hotel, I guess is the best way of describing it. Yeah, we picked him up there, he got in the car, he never met cameraman Don and Dave, he never met them before, but as soon as he got in he started talking about like his way of thinking. Straight away he was straight involved, and then this like outbroke conversation started like straight away for the whole journey, the whole like half an hour journey from where he is to Hope Cove, which is where we were going. A full-on conversation started about his philosophy and how he believes, and it actually got us all going and quite like excited for the video and excited for what's gonna come.
Einstein used to say this thing: the only way for you to achieve like the reality that you desire is to vibrate at the same frequency. That's the only way, and this is not philosophy, this is like physics. Because when you go down like to the Egypt, right? Bro, those guys were talking about the way you can materialize your ideas throughout thoughts. And every person that like has achieved like a lot in life, especially their dreams, they will tell you this, bro. They visualize it so deep. If you visualize it, of course you must be working towards something. Yeah. When you start to visualize, that's the thing that Einstein also says, vibration. You vibrate at the frequency. Like you're already feeling like the person you want to become.
In a way we can see he has such an open mind, and he's so like, his philosophy is so well set that he comes in the room and he just lights everything up, just the way he talks, because the way he talks is not like complicated. Everyone gets it, everyone understands it, and there's always a lesson in everything he speaks, and that's what he applies to his life. He applies like the lesson that everything happens for a reason and everything takes time and with progress dead. When speaking to Faruk and getting that like view of what he knows and the knowledge and the power that he can give to you, the thought that comes to my head is that this guy lives a lifestyle that I want to live. I mean, a few years ago I've been like so stressed, I want everything to happen now, but the way he speaks, I mean, he has achieved so much in the past 2 years, it's just ridiculous. Like I can't like express what it is, like the way he speaks and the influence it got in me, like it kind of like brought me back down to earth in a way, so to speak, to then be able to get to that level. I kind of need to be like he is, or understand what he is, and then bring myself down and look like 2 years is not a long time in the grand scheme of things. And it just opens my mind. I can go and speak to this guy every day and I will always learn something from him. So I'm here with man Faruk, just from the previous video that we did together quite a few months ago now, and I'm here to just see what inspires you and what gets you motivated to achieve the success that you have achieved, man. Like, it's honestly inspiring.
Thank you, bro. Really appreciate that. Really do.
If you could describe yourself, like what were you before you started this whole like workout journey? Like, what were you before, like, to now?
Yeah, bro. It's like, to be honest with you, that was a big change. Like I've always had like I said, like the background of martial arts, acrobatics, but for a big since I was like 18, I stopped doing everything. Mm-hmm. So only now I'm 27 now. Only now I started to come with all of this discipline again, and it came from being like in a phase of my like when I wasn't feeling very well. Yeah. And I decided that I had to make some changes, right? And the changes were to start doing things that actually makes me happy. What I realized was what makes me happy is things that I've always done when I was younger. There was this like backflips, just going out and doing these little activities with your body. Because this is the thing, bro, when you start to understand like energy comes from, it's produced, right? And you produce it while you're in movement. So I realized the more I done it, the more energy I had to then do other tasks that you have to do it to live, such as work. You know what I mean, bro? Like that expression that Buddha says, like, you are what you eat, what you speak. That is all truth, bro. That is pure truth. But in order for you to actually understand what those simple words mean, you must like take the path. You must walk the path. Most people don't understand that, like, if you do not like get to the process, to the journey, and you're just looking for the results, you're not gonna get nothing out of it.
That's true. Do you have any like specific goals, like obviously future goals, like where do you see yourself in like 2 years, where do you see yourself in 5 years, like what's your goal?
The goals I have set up is I set up, like, I have long-term goals and short-term goals. Right now, like, my thing is literally being able to do something I really love, because like the part of the exercise is something that also allows me to be clear doing any kind of things, like such as like reading or like educating myself in other areas, such as like accountings, cryptocurrency investments, whatever it is. Because this is the thing, bro, I realize as a when you are at the young age, they trying to put you in the box again, to the boxes again. Yeah. That's why I don't want the box, because they put you in the box. They put you in the box and they tell you an accountant. All right, you an accountant. That's who you are, bro. You gotta wear a suit, you gotta put those glasses on, and you gotta go to the office.
One of the bits of information that really stuck out to me whilst we were doing the interview was that he has a way of like not being put in a box, as he describes in the interview. When you're not being put in a box and you're not named something, you can do so much thing. Like the world is open to you. And I always put myself in a box that I just want to do this, and the only way I can do this is by doing this. And that just really like blocked me from all that potential. But that little bit where he said, just don't give yourself a name and just be yourself. Don't just name yourself an accountant. Don't just name yourself a pilot. Don't just name yourself a real estate investor. Just name yourself your name. And that bit just really, really got to me, because I was like, you know what? If I just name myself what my real name is, I'm not owned by anyone. I can really unlock so much potential and achieve that next level that we all want to achieve. So what you trying to do is kind of like put yourself, because obviously you said that when you were little, you had this like imagination, this creativity to achieve, like you could believe that you could achieve anything, and then we got put in this box that we just saw one path, and we get like one ID badge in a way. But what you're trying to say is, what you're trying to do is like you're trying to go back to that like kids mentality and having an adult life with it, and kind of like mixing both together to have the creativity and like the potential to believe in yourself that you can pretty much get what you want and you can achieve it. Well, I think people think it's impossible.
That's so true. Right now, for example, I'm doing something that I really love doing it, and at the same time, like I was saying, in order to change things around you, you must change yourself first. Yeah. At the moment I started to be consistent with all these like going to the gym, then starting to make a video here, a video there, a video here, and I started to take it very serious, because this is the thing, bro. I work as a chef, right? And I do breakfasts. So I'm in the kitchen at 20 to 7. And then I do splits, meaning that I finish at 12:30 and I go back at 6, I finish at 10. So the time I have in between that people will consider like the time to chill, the time to like rest.
Yeah.
Well, for me, it's the time to work hard, because as I told you, bro, energy must flow. So once you're doing something that really inspires you, time doesn't exist. And then I realized first, I'm doing it for myself so much that when I open now my Instagram page, bro, sometimes to get motivated, I look at those scenes and sometimes I ask myself twice, bro, me, wow, yeah, bro, I'm like, and this is what I wanted, bro. It's like to be inspired with my own self, bro. Yeah. It's like I used to look at Bruce Lee doing things, Jackie Chan, bro. This is where my idols always, bro. And people like, oh, there's movies, oh, there's this. Bro, I'm doing what they were doing.
Yeah.
Like this when I was younger, bro. Then I stopped. Now when I came back again, I realized, okay, from now on, there's nothing is impossible. And I've been working with that mentality ever since. And everything, bro, around me started to change, bro. The way people look at you, because it's like you are on your element.
Yeah.
It's like you're sure of what you're doing, bro. And it's beautiful, bro, because it inspires me when someone tells me, that's dope, that's hard work, bro. But the ones that do you must like give so much value to it. But you need to understand, this is the thing, bro. A lot of people are thinking, but maybe they're just not saying. So if you're looking for outside approval, you will never be able to actually go that further, because you must approve your own self. Because this is when you realize, oh, bro, I'm doing something dope. And I know out of the 20 people that watch my video, 100 people, 5 put like on it. So I'm like, okay, this is people that know me, right? And I'm like, oh, okay, so this is what it means. I started, because you see, psychology for me is very important. I study people behaviors, and you start to understand. That's how you start to see how things work. You either like really playing the game, your game, or you playing someone else's game. And most people are playing someone else's game, bro.
Yeah, that's true. Right, so just to wrap it up, my man, what type of advice would you give someone that wants to start a journey? Like, someone that wants to get started in something they want to do? Obviously, you started with whole like physical and building up like strength by like calisthenics, your kung fu, your martial arts. What advice would you give someone that wants to get started?
Well, I definitely understand like your surroundings and be aware of your surroundings. You see, it's like if a plant can't grow, would you blame the plant or the environment? If it's your plant, it's at your house. You bought it in the shop and it was green and now it's getting brown. Whose fault is this? The thing is, you can never outgrow your own environment. So first thing you must change is your environment. What are the people you are talking to? What are these people saying to you? What are you talking about? What conversations are you having? How are you spending your time? Because the thing is, the compound effect, like you talk about, is like step by step to reach a bigger goal. But first you must acknowledge the steps you're taking, and you must be fully conscious of the steps you're taking. It takes patience. It is a process, and the journey, that's the most important. That's what tastes the best, bro. Because when you start seeing results, you start looking back and you're like, wow, it really feels good. It really does feel good, bro. Because the body is just an aftermath effect. The body is nothing, bro. Like here, up here, bro, right now, that's what matters the most for me. Because I'm able to understand that the more I develop my mind, the body is just a secondary effect. It's just a secondary effect, bro. That's it.
Sweet, man. Well, thank you so much for that, my dude.
Thank you, bro.
After the interview finished, we went down to this kind of like seawall, sea barrier, wave break. I'm not really sure what the name it is. It's basically some rocks, and there was this nice man-made concrete wall, but it was quite good because you see the backdrop of the cliffs and the ocean behind you. I tried to do some workout with him, trying to match his level and trying to get to that next level. So we shot a few shots of doing a few workouts, a few push-ups, a few press-ups, trying to do some coordinated slapping on the hand, doing some jumps or explosive push-ups. Like, we tried that so many times to try and get in sync. And it was like attempt number 5, and I was already so pumped already. I couldn't do much at all. So the first time we did it, it was all out of sync, and I had a lot of energy to jump and push forward. But was time 5, I could barely lift off the ground. I was so exhausted, and that was just the start of the day. And I knew it was gonna be more work going on as the day went on, and I was already done. In like 10 minutes, I was already done. This guy was still going. He was still doing like very, very intense stuff, and I don't know how he keeps going, to be honest with you. The energy he has and the determination he has is just amazing.
Amazing.
Last question. How is this video that you've just made like the first step in your larger journey?
Right, let me think about that one.
Yeah.
So this is like the first video I made, and the reason I wanted this video is because we can see physical success in a way. Like, he built his physique to be able to do what he does, and I want to show to you guys, and I want to prove to everyone in my whole journey, my whole life, that success is not only financially related. It doesn't financially related. It can be getting fit, it can be improving your relationship, it can be many other things. So I just want to show to you in this journey that you can do anything you want to do in life. There's nothing stopping you from doing it. The only person stopping you from doing what you want is just yourself. We're going to be sharing some personal stories. We're going to be just sharing some cool adventures that we're going on. It's going to be all mixed up together to hopefully get you guys inspired and get you guys motivated to get to that next level, or whatever it is you want out of your life. I promise you, if you set up the right steps and you set up the right thing and you aim in the right direction, and you have a goal, you have a purpose, you have an aim, I promise you, you will not regret it. You will look back and you'll be like, wow, I did that and I achieved, and you feel so proud of yourself that you were not going to want to stop. All you need is to get the first step. That's all it takes.